First of all, Volodymyr Zelensky is not invited on Friday?
He wasn't a part of it. I would say he could go, but he's gone to a lot of meetings. You know, he's been there for 3.5 years, nothing happened. I think if it weren't for me, he would not be even talking to anybody else right now. But I'm going to meet with him. We're going to see what the parameters are. And then I'm going to call up President Zelensky and the European leaders right after the meeting, yeah. And I'm going to tell them what kind of a deal. I'm not going to make a deal. It's not up to me to make a deal. This is really a feel-out meeting a little bit. And President Putin invited me to get involved. He wants to get involved. I believe he wants to get it over with. Now, I've said that a few times, and I've been disappointed because I'd have like a great call with him, and then missiles would be lobbed into Kiev or some other place, and you'd have 60 people laying on a road dying. I said, that's cold, but it's a violent war. 5,000 to 7,000 people a week are dying. And you know, there's nobody from here. They're all Russian and Ukrainian people, and some people from the cities, much smaller number, but still, those missiles do damage and they kill a lot of people, but mostly soldiers. And they're young soldiers, although in the case of Ukraine, they're getting much older. They're drafting 60-year-olds now. It's a terrible thing to witness, and I think I have an obligation. Look, this is Joe Biden's war. This is not my war. But I thought it was very respectful that the president of Russia is coming to our country as opposed to us going to his country or even a third-party place. But I think we'll have constructive conversations. Then after that meeting, immediately, maybe as I'm flying out, maybe as I'm leaving the room, I'll be calling the European leaders who I get along with very well. And, you know, I have a great relationship, I think, with all of them. And I get along with Zelensky, but, you know, I disagree with what he's done. Very, very severely disagree. This is a war that should have never happened, wouldn't have happened. But I'll be speaking to Zelensky. The next meeting will be with Zelensky and Putin, or Zelensky and Putin and me. I'll be there if they need, but I want to have a meeting set up between the two leaders. I was a little bothered by the fact that Zelensky was saying, well, I have to get constitutional approval. I mean, he's got approval to go into war and kill everybody, but he needs approval to do a land swap because there'll be some land swapping going on. I expect to have a meeting with Putin that I think it'll be good, but it might be bad. And I'm here for one reason, to get rid of a war that somebody else started. Should have never happened. And if I could end it, great. Complex war, a lot of bad blood, But Zelensky's been there for 3.5 years. So if you put him in a room, now I will say this, ultimately I'm going to put the two of them in a room. I'll be there or won't be there. And I think it'll get solved. Well, we're going to have a meeting with Vladimir Putin, and at the end of that meeting, probably in the first 2 minutes, I'll know exactly whether or not a deal can be made.
How will you know that?
Because that's what I do. I make deals.
表面上来看，美俄都在积极的筹备即将进行的首脑会晤，希望达成成果。但是从事实来看，还没有开始谈，分歧已然暴露。分歧不仅仅存在于美俄之间，乌克兰和欧洲也在表达自己的不安和不满。我们看到关键的因素是交换领土，美国希望通过交换领土来实现停火。根据美方的方案，是希望乌军主动撤出整个顿涅茨克地区，所以这个时候俄罗斯就会控制整个顿巴斯，而俄军要从扎布罗热、赫尔松冻结战线，部分撤出。美国认为这样的一种交换可以实现双方之间的平衡，可以达成停火。但是我们会看到，这与此前俄罗斯就领土问题提出的立场和诉求是有一定差距的。乌克兰也一再强调的是不会割地求和，在领土主权的问题上是寸步不让。欧洲也在支持乌方的观点，所以美国所提出的方案到底能在多大程度上让双方能够与美国来进行配合，从目前来看并没有极大的可能性。这一次的首脑会晤是难以取得重大的突破。首先呢，此前特朗普一再对俄罗斯发出威胁，但是俄方并没有进行更多的回应，甚至是不买账。所以这次的会晤某种程度是美方希望进行政策转向、进行软着陆的一次尝试。 而同时，我们看到俄美之间关系冰冻三尺非一日之寒，通过一次会晤是不可能解决所有的问题，包括战术和战略层面的问题。而另外呢，乌克兰能否上桌还不确定，而欧洲呢，此前已经被美国拒绝在谈判进程之外。但是未来要从根本上解决乌克兰危机，显然乌克兰和欧洲的立场和诉求也是要被考虑在内的。也就是说，最终解决乌克兰危机是要照顾到各方的利益，形成最终的方案，而并非美国一味的强推就可以实现停火、重建和平。
我告诉大家，我最近发现了新法宝 Royal Face 逆时奇迹系列，它有活肤露、全效精华，还有精华霜。尤其我皮肤比较偏干，所以我非常的注重保湿。保湿做得好，肌肤自然烹润。提亮肤色更年轻，抚平皱纹超有感，而且气色变好。用心保养，每天都更美一点。美吧。